Hi guys, it's Sunday afternoon. Oh, sorry, my connection seems to be poor today. Hi, it's the 7th of June 2020 and it's Sunday afternoon. I haven't been sleeping very well these last few nights and I really have been feeling very discombobulated and I couldn't understand why. And I asked a friend of mine about all these planets being aligned in a certain way, and my guides came through about alignment, about changes, about standing for things, and this is what they've said. So here we go. Today I'm deep in thought about life, not only mine, but life in general. I was wondering really, what is it all about? I mean, why? Why are we living? We have the ups and the downs, we have our great moments and memories, and then the times we are happy, never to repeat. Can you please give us guidance today as to what is it really all about? Tempo, you say. It's a beat, it's a frequency, it's a rhythm, it's music, it's feeling, it's vibration, it's color, it's sound, and it is silence. If all were quiet, all were still, all were colorless, there would be no variance and there would be no flavor. This is an introspective time for many, and many are questioning their purpose, as are you at this time. You have different alignments above, and so you have different alignments within. So I suppose that's what they're talking about, all the planets. There is constant movement in the heavens, and you've all heard the saying, as above, so below. One thing is constant, and that is change. As you breathe, there is change. There is change at a cellular level, at a molecular level. Nothing is as constant as change. You are writing today in your book about the big changes in people's lives, the defining moments in humans' lives. And what is it that makes those moments defining? Who decides that those are defining moments? Many moments daily can be defining, but many decide not to listen to their guidance in order to make the changes that would change their situations that are no longer desirable for them. You have a saying on earth, it says, to take the bull by the horns. This means to be in charge of where you are, going the direction you are taking. So when the moments arrive that are taking place internally, and yet you hear them not, then you are not taking the bull by the horns, but rather the bull is leading you. Just to look at the running of the bulls, where will those bulls run if they don't have a particular route to take? And so, what route is it that you wish to take? Are you listening to yourselves at a cellular level? What are you vibrating to? Many at this time have felt an inner physical vibration like an electrical current running through their 3D bodies. This is the changes, these are the changes we speak of at a cellular level. These changes come from deep within. These changes are opening your inner self to a higher vibration than before. For you to have taken the bull by the horns, you have decided that your life is a defining moment. This life, as we have spoken before, is one of many adventures. Your molecular structure in this life will not be the same as in other lives, for not all lives are human. We have spoken about the frequency, and the vibration, about the matter, the antimatter, and the dark matter, and then the point of creation. You are all at the point of creation each and every moment. And so we say again, what is it that you now wish to create? There is much confusion reigning in your world at this time as your governments unroll their plans for what they think is best for humanity. But you are humanity. And so we say, what or whom do you think is best for you? This is not a time to be indifferent to policies and procedures. This is a time for learning and applying to these policies and procedures what it is that you wish. It is a time for the people to have their say. It is a time for bullhorn control. And so we get back to speaking about defining moments. It is getting close to the time where there will be many changes implemented worldwide. Will you be part of the change? And what part will you play? There is much support for you all. We wish you the joy of breath, and we wish you the joy of vibrating. For when you feel your own pulse, you will know you are a living, breathing part of this domain, this planet called Earth. It is time to hold an alliance. There are many that wish for a new way of being. And in order to have an alliance, there needs to be more than one wishing for change and wanting change to happen. As we said, there is support, but will you embrace it or leave it for somebody else to deal with and then complain about the changes that are happening around you? But yet you had your chance, your voice, to do something about it. We say there is much strength when many stand together. And so you have seen it in your streets. Many have now a new vibration within. They have seen what they no longer wish to witness, and they have literally taken a stand. They have stood with their feet, marching to a new way of being and aligning with others with similar vibrations. There are many ways to incorporate change. We wish for a peaceful change from the Intergalactic Federation of Light and the Forum of 49. We say, where many stand silently, without movement, there is strength and a solidarity that will be shown throughout your world. It is now a time for standing. Sitting is no longer required. For change, for sitting still will not bring in the changes that you require, but standing upright, standing still with many, many others will. So we ask the question, what will you stand for? You humans say, I cannot stand this anymore. Well, you know what? Now is the time for standing. We wish you well, and so be it. So chaps, what they're really saying is gather together, find out what it is that you want, what kind of a world that you want, not only for yourself, but for your friends, your family, your children, your grandchildren. And they say stand, and they literally mean stand up. but stand still, no violence. Because when you absolutely standing still, what are they going to do with you? There's no provocation. There's so much strength and alignment and alliance. So now is the time for standing for something. Now I can see why I haven't been sleeping for a few nights, why I've been feeling so ill at ease. And I just sat down, was writing my book, and suddenly I had this urge to get onto my pages, whatever they call it, that little app, and say to them, what the hell's going on? What is this all about? Why are we living like this? So they've given us the answer. And so my words to you today is, what do you stand for? Are you willing to let everybody else do the work for you and then complain about it afterwards, as they said? Or are you prepared to say, you know what? No more, we've had enough, and stand for something? Is this what spirituality is all about? If somebody says to you, oh, you're spiritual, what does that mean? Guys, what does it mean to be spiritual? Does it mean to lift yourself up, to be above, to be kind, to be compassionate, to care? Everybody's idea of spirituality is different. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on the messages that they have given to us today. Black lives matter, white lives matter. I mean, why do we give each other color? Aren't we all human? Isn't that really our common denominator, that we have life? So why are we allowing ourselves to be separated by something called color? And who is actually doing this? All of us can stand up and say, this is absolutely ridiculous. We are all in this together. Let's support each other. Let's support the human race. That's what I stand for. I, today, stand for humanity. Enjoy your weekend. Cheers.